want to talk about this card while I'm still sober? Tim did one. There we do. But yeah, UFC 281, probably one of the best cards of the year. I would say it's up there. I'm gonna have to go back probably this week and watch a lot of them again from the beginning of the year. But yeah, this one was just from the top to the bottom, wild. The opening with a KO. We'll talk about that in a little while. To this fight, which was a performance of the night bonus for Alex Pereira, and being called the UFC's 170-pound champion. Congratulations to him, man. Or is it 85? 85. Sorry, that was my fault. I was thinking Kamaru Usman.
They're all the same, huh?
Well, they're both Nigerian, so why not? It happens.
I can't rant, so I'm just going to sit here and do my shots and wait for this to fix itself. You see my facial expressions of anger, though.
Do you want me to start at the bottom, or do you want to go from top down?
Let's start at the top, and just talk about each fight as we go, and just end at the bottom. Like I said, people were saying this was a complete and utter early stoppage. Chat, if you want to talk. I never liked Israel, but I have to say he handled the loss like a champ. He did. The press conference was great too, even though he had that gigantic, gaudy lion like jacket on. Like that was who dressed him?
No, bro, that's a cold look. He looked like Craven just lost to Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his villain arc right there.
Although I hope he doesn't sit on his grave and shoot himself in the head. That's not what we want. That's not how we want Izzy to go out like Craven the Hunter. But yeah, I think this was a good stoppage. Alex Pereira definitely proved he has Izzy's number. And that power, man, his shots are fucking frightening.
Well, going into round 5, it was up 3-1. And what Glover Teixeira said, in 5 minutes, you'll be champion. You have to knock him out. You have to do that. You need to go out there and do it. And he did. That was incredible to watch.
It goes to show too that that Glover can will somebody to victory the way he has in Alex Pereira, inviting him to his home.
Yeah, he didn't will himself to victory last time, did he?
No, he did not. But that was also against Yuri Prochazka. This is fish and fowl, apples and oranges, Timothy.
Is it?
It absolutely is, dude.
You're saying dumb shit. I can't get on rants because I'll break up. So I'm just gonna. No, you're gonna get a lot of wins you don't deserve today.
I'm gonna just take the L, Tim. You're wrong. Bicycle clown?
What? Never been wrong.
Clown shoe or bike clown? I don't know.
Bike clown? Emoji Allen. Which one is this? Your second one of the show, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're actually doing pretty good right now. You look good. Look dapper. You look like a dad. What?
I haven't been talking.
I know. You look like everybody's depressed Midwest dad in that brown suit.
That's what I am. I heard my brother talking about my dad. Dude, you will shit yourself when you'll probably just lose it laughing when you meet my dad.
I heard he's a lot like you.
Yeah. Which is, yeah.
I told Tim not to do it, and he keeps doing it. Why does he keep doing it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Everything's bad. I'm Tim's dad. Everything is terrible and horrible. Is that where you get it from?
Everything. We didn't just lose his brother, you monster.
Well, yes, R.I.P. That's a totally different thing. That is totally different, and R.I.P. respect to your uncle.
So which one of you called Eric a bitch? Don't call him a bitch. You won't do it anymore if you call him a bitch.
I didn't call him a bitch.
Dan did.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm talking about like I didn't call him a bitch. I just was like, bitch.
Well, he
how
said
do you
that's
not know
Batman
this?
bitch. Like that's like he doesn't understand slang enough to know that you weren't actually calling him a bitch.
Oh, well, explain that.
He's
to
fine.
him.
I'm joking. He's fine.
Teach this white devil.
Well, we're trying. We're trying to teach him celebrities. He did really well today. That's the best he's done.
Absolutely. I was surprised when he got Shakira. Like that one scared. That one was one of them I thought he wasn't going to get. I knew he wasn't going to get.
He got it so fast that you're like, oh, he has fucking Shakira pictures and videos saved on his phone. Like you're like,
well, you can say the same about Ken Griffey Jr. too. He got it like that.
Yeah,
I can't believe that surprises me. I didn't think I gave him an easy picture. I was going to give him one like from his Hall of Fame speech or something when it's just his face. I'm like, no, he won't get that. So I'm going to get one from like the 90s when he's at least in baseball gear. And it wasn't like his Mariners baseball gear, but I got a lot of hints in the picture, but I was very surprised that he got it as quickly.
Yeah, he got that one almost immediately, dude. That one was surprising. Let's go to this fight. Carla Esparza loses. Now Zhang Wei Li.
No, I have more things to talk about.
Okay.
I'm talking about Izzy choking. All right, everyone's giving fucking Pereira all this love, and he deserves it. But Izzy fucking choked. Same thing with fucking Kamaru Usman and his fight. Both these guys are up comfortably with fucking 3 seconds left, 2 minutes left in the 5th round, and they decide to bring in fucking Jose Mesa to close it. And what fucking happens? Both of them get fucking knocked out when they're well ahead with 2 minutes left in the whole fight. Fucking learn how to finish a fight, dude. Fucking learn. Don't drop your hands. There's just fucking 2 minutes left. Just so you're fucking cruising. You're putting fucking Jose Mesa in and think you got an easy win and you fucking blow it. Both these guys should be ashamed. They let wins slip away. I don't know. They just lost focus or some shit. Both of them. They forgot they're fighting tough dudes. Both of these guys should not have lost those fights. 2 minutes left. They were winning comfortably. What the fuck, both of you guys? I mean, again, take nothing away from the guys who knocked him out. But you got to remember that you're fighting dangerous guys. You're like, oh, I have this in the bag. Both of them fucking idiots and let this happen. What the fuck, man? You should feel like a dick, Izzy, not just because he got knocked out, because you got knocked out when you were clearly winning.
I mean, how many guys did Izzy tear through in the middleweight division that were some, great fighters and he beat them? It just kind of seems like he got overconfident going into the 5th round.
Well, he must have. The same thing happened with Usman, and look what happened. You feel like he would learn a lesson just by watching someone. That just happened to somebody. It just happened to Usman. Like the two guys who we thought were most untouchable in the UFC have both lost this year and 5th round knockouts. And the other guy is Volkanovski, and he's going to fight. He's fighting real soon, right? He's going to fight Makhachev real soon. Nigerian people don't like 5th rounds. You know what? That's the stereotype. Everyone knows that stereotype. It's been played over and over again. You hear a lot of the hacky comics from the 90s talking about how the Nigerians don't like the 5th round. It's been overplayed.
3 rounders, am I right, people?
5th rounds, am I right?
They're 2 rounds and out. Hey, I feel like 2 rounds and out would have been an urban sitcom in the 90s with black people. 2 rounds and out. Brought to you by Fruit Stripe Gum.
That was good. That was going to be the name of the Mike Tyson sitcom.
I thought it was I'll eat your children.
That would have been good.
Or fuck you till you love me.
I'm just worried about going on rants because next time I go on a rant and I break up, I'm going to be really pissed.
I know. Because it's
playing it very slow. Playing it slow.
Can your body move that slowly? Oh, wait, no, never mind.
That made no fucking sense.
No, I was going to say, wait, you better.
That made less sense than the name of this episode. But now I'm fucking gun shy to tell Ray how I feel. Now, every time I tell him, I give him constructive criticism, he's like, you hurt my feelings. Same thing with Thomas today. I made a joke about the way that God of War voice actor's face looks because he had bad plastic surgery, and he was all mad at me for saying that.
Wow.
A lot of heroes have bad plastic surgery. Bill Nye, Joan Rivers. There's plenty. Not Kathy Griffin, but a lot of them. And that's fine. It doesn't make him less of a person. Face. Just saying he's shiny. He's shiny.
He is.
See? And he got mad at me. He's like, "This is too far, man. You shouldn't say something like that about that guy." I'm like, "Okay." a red
That's
comment.
a little much.
Everybody's woke. You saying I'm woke. It's everybody else can't take jokes anymore.
I mean, I can take a joke at 4.
Strongly worded emails.
Ah.
No, the reason King of Brazil doesn't make any sense. A couple of reasons. One, he didn't beat a Brazilian. Two, he's not even the only Brazilian champion. I don't understand where you're getting this from. The thumbnail looked great, but the name was silly.
It's because of the face paint and the headdress.
What?
The face paint and the headdress is what drew me. What'd you do? What'd you do?
I'm sorry.
God
Plus,
damn it.
everyone knows the King of
What am I
Brazil
not
is Jesus
paying you
Christ.
I tried to
The King
get
of
Christ
Brazil
the
is Jesus
Redeemer in
Christ.
there somehow. I really did. I tried to get Christ the Redeemer in there.
And there was no Gallagher, not even a single Gallagher reference.
Not as important as Rumble. I'm sorry.
No, but you should have put this in the corner, smashing a watermelon.
Truth. I should have did a Sledge-O-Matic, but
Or you should have someone Sledge-O-Matic, somebody who got knocked out. I mean, listen, everybody got knocked out in this card. Could have called it the Land of Finishes or something like that.
Yeah. This is the time. This is the place.
Land of Submissions.
Now this is the punch we're throwing.
I think Dan's trying to getting the gist of the show. It's me yelling at Ray for however many hours.
So I think I was just thinking, Tim, to your point about Izzy just kind of letting this fight go in the 5th round. This is the second time Izzy has done that with Alex.
That's true. I mean, listen, I try not to put too much on the whole kickboxing thing. This is a completely different sport and it was a long time ago. But that is true. What you're saying is not untrue. So I don't know. And in that fight, he rocked him a couple times too, right? Listen,
yeah.
Was the first round? If there was 10 or 15 more seconds in that first round, was the first round? That fight would have been over.
So. Right at the end where he clipped him, yeah.
Yeah, he was one punch away from him being done. If he would have had 10 or 15 seconds, I think he would have been done. Question for Bro World panel. Who has the worst chin? James Vick, Dominic Reyes, or Frankie Edgar? Cody Garbrandt. And I don't know if you know this, Dan, but I know Cody from back in the day. He grew up where I grew up. But
no, I didn't know that.
Big Cody Garbrandt fan. His uncle, who was an Ultimate Fighter, and he was in most of his corners. His name's Bobby Meese. He coaches boxing like I can see the place from my front yard, like it's right by my house. But still, we haven't. I mean, I haven't talked to Cody since like his second UFC fight.
Yeah,
because he moved. But I tried to get him on the show, and he hasn't gotten back. But Allie's his agent, and Allie doesn't like guys doing interviews. So, I mean, he would probably do it if he got, if I could get a hold of him. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That's weird.
Try in that back channels.
In the age of podcasts, you would think you want your guys to get out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't. It usually doesn't hurt. Especially. I mean, like us, we don't ask the we don't ask the deep questions. However, when we had Pat Miletich on, the first thing we asked him about was Mike Jackson, because he was feuding with Mike Jackson when we had him on. And we also asked him about the January 6th thing. That was like 2 months after it happened. And him getting fired from LFA. And he was super cool with it. Pat's been our best guest. And we didn't have a lot of listeners then. So I don't know if enough people saw it. Everybody go back and watch the interview with Pat if you haven't. This is our best interview. And we're trying to get Pat back on. Hopefully he'll come back on. It's been over a year. So it's been like a year and a half.
Also, follow the words on your screen if you haven't already done that.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Sorry I've been frustrated. It's not you. It's me.
It's all good. No, I get it.
I
understand you
don't have any problem.
Yeah. I understand you're not my dad and you don't hate me. It's cool.
One of those is true.
Oh, man. I will tell you this fight, though, was... I think everything you want in a title fight, especially in Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely. That's why this card was so fun. I mean, I think there was 14 fights, and I think there was 3 decisions.
8 knockouts in the first round or something, 7 or 8, something like that.
Crazy. Every fight on the main card was a finish. That never happens.
No.
And very possibly, we'll talk about it in a minute, very possibly the greatest fight I've ever seen.
Which one's that?
Poirier Chandler.
Oh man, that was fucking fantastic. Yeah.
Dude, I'll say this again when Ray gets here, but Michael Chandler has had 5 fights in the UFC. He's only won 2 of them, but all of them have been amazing. They've all been the best. Either he gets a huge knockout or they're amazing fights.
See, that's the thing, and that's why the UFC should put him with Conor McGregor. There's a chance McGregor will lose, but that fight will be entertaining.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to think who else will make sense for Chandler. Well, Dariush needs to fight Oliveira. I feel like that's the obvious choice for those two. It doesn't make any sense for those two guys to fight anybody else but each other right now. Or I forget Gaethje's in there too, and Gaethje's already fought Chandler. I wouldn't be mad if they put them together again.
I mean, that was fight of the year, wasn't it? I just watched it last night, and it was incredible.
Gaethje Chandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this one might have been better. Just because there was a finish. Last year I said if I had one fight to try to get someone to become a fan of MMA, I'm like, you get one fight, and this is the only one you watch, right? And you decide after that if you're going to watch it more or not. I would have had them watch Gaethje Chandler, but now it's Gaethje Poirier because there's a finish.
Yeah,
and you think it's done multiple times. For our drinking game, I had Poirier and Ray had Chandler, and multiple times I thought I was done, especially in the first round. And that second round, I had it as a 10-8. So I had it 19-18 going into the third round. I didn't see the scorecards for that, though. Did you?
No, I didn't.
If they didn't give him a 10-8, I don't think they know what 10-8s are. They don't give enough 10-8s.
It would have been close, but I think...
I don't remember Poirier doing anything in that round.
Not in the second round. I think... You think it would have been 2-1 or Chandler would have won by decision straight up?
No, I'm saying that Poirier had to knock him out to get a win. The best he could have done was a draw.
Yeah.
Because if he won the first round, which I think he probably did only because he was the last guy to do something, but he was the closest to finishing, although Chandler for the most rounds beating him up. But if you give Poirier the first round, I think the second round is a 10-8 for Chandler either way. So, yeah, Poirier had to win the fight. He had to finish him. To not lose, he could have won the round and got a draw. But
I just think Chandler should be pushed as the big fights guy. Like, is he ever going to be in a conversation with the title again? Maybe not. He is getting old. He is talking about the downside of his career. But just put him in big money fights, man. It's
right. When has it not been entertaining, right?
Right.
And also, all the fights he was in that he lost, Oliveira fight, he was this close to winning, right? The Gaethje fight, very close too, right? The Poirier fight, he had Dustin on the ropes, so he's great. And now you're wondering, I saw some of his Bellator fights, but I'm like, did Bellator have like the most exciting guy in MMA for years, for a decade, and we didn't know?
Yeah,
that guy fought Eddie Alvarez twice. I mean, if someone had said Chandler and Alvarez was going to fight in UFC now, you'd be salivating. They've already done it twice.
I think the phrase foot on the gas pedal is used a lot, but like when it comes to Michael Chandler, like that's how he is. Not to mention he comes off as a really good dude.
Oh, that's it. That's always good too. Yeah, him and his wife have adopted children, and that's always good. But yeah, no, foot on the gas pedal. There's 2 guys I say that about. Michael Chandler and Ricky Simone. Those are the 2 guys that every time you watch them fight, they look like they're going 100 miles per hour at somebody, and that's why it's always fun to watch. Let me look at the rankings for the new rankings came out today. I haven't checked them out yet.
Who go where, Tim? Tell us.
Ray, we just saved the show while you were gone. So
I know. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Well, hey, I actually Saturday after they announced the fights in Perth, I looked up flights to Perth. Man, I wish I had more money. Yeah.
I mean, that
not gonna work.
Volk Islam fight's gonna be phenomenal. And then they got Yar and Emmett as the co-main.
Finally, Emmett's getting his due. Yeah. All Emmett's been doing is beating people. I mean, he does get hurt a lot. It's not his fault, but
Him and Yar is going to be a really
Oh,
exciting
here's a good
matchup.
fight. Shit. This is a perfect fight. I didn't even think of this. Michael Chandler and Fiziev. That'd be
Ooh,
fun as
yeah.
hell. I think
That would
Chandler
be-
probably wins
yeah,
that.
that
I
would-
don't know. That's real fun, though. That's real fun. Yeah. Dude, oh, that's what I want. That's not what. That's 5 versus 6. That's what I want now. I want
Yeah,
Fiziev.
Fiziev is a
and
fucking
Chandler.
beast too. So those
But you
two
got to
going
find
in-
somebody for Gaethje to fight, right? And I haven't, because Volkanovski's going to fight Islam, and I feel like Oliveira should fight Dariush. Where's Gaethje, right? So
Holloway.
if he wants to move up,
Holloway is gatekeep that featherweight. Unless unless he drops the title, Holloway's got nothing. He's not going to drop lower. His walking
drop
around
lower.
rates or lower. Yeah, his walking around weight is high. So I mean, welterweight or lightweight, if he wants to
think
try
about
for a title again.
well, he was going to fight Habib, right? At
Yeah.
lightweight, and they wouldn't let him.
That was the Ally Quinto fight, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Right. You guys remember Al Alaquinta?
I do. A hero of mine, because he kind of gave Habib a little bit of trouble for the first time.
He always reminds me of like the Rocky character. Like he really seems like the guy who like makes sandwiches during the day and then fights at night. Like
Yeah.
he seems like that kind of guy. I'm not saying he does, but I mean, listen, there are guys in the UFC, and I was telling this to my grandparents because they asked me some stuff about MMA. I'm like, well, there's a lot of fighters that have day jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I don't think one of them should have to have a day job. That's just me.
Agreed. They
And
should
we
have
talk
some
about
kind
fighter
of
pay
living
all the
wage.
time. We are definitely on the side of the fighters. Usually, every once in a while, Ray likes to be the contrarian, just to be the contrarian. That's fine. I'm fine with that. It's for good entertainment. But
You got to let him starve, man. You got to let him starve.
dude, when Dana White said that his fighters eat what they kill, I'm like, that is not true.
I mean,
Oh my gosh! Everyone who fights is fighting one of the best in the world, right? You can knock that person out and you win. Okay, good. You won your 26 grand minus everything you have to take out, right? Gyms and coaches. Coaches get 5% each. That's 50%. Your manager gets 10. That's 25 from your purse before tax. And then it's not even talking about taxes, right? So you can't live off of one fight a year. What I'm saying. You gotta
Yeah,
multiple
agreed.
Win. And not a win, one win a year. Definitely can't win off a lot. You can't go off a loss.
no.
If you're only making money from fighting, you probably and you're an entry level fighter, you have to fight 3 or 4 times to have a half decent living.
Yeah. And
And
performance
Some of those-
bonuses help.
You don't win, you get cut. So
Heaven forbid you get injured too while
right.
fighting those 3 or 4 fights to make your rent.
And if you're not scheduled to fight, or if you didn't get injured when you're fighting or scheduled to fight, they won't cover your shit. So if you're in between fights and you're just rolling in the gym, getting ready, waiting for the call for your next fight, and you get injured, they will not cover your shit. I'm almost positive that's true. We'll have to ask John Gunther. I know John Gunther said he had to like smudge when he said his knee injury. He said he had it happen in the fight. When he's not 100% sure it happened in the fight, but he said it did because they wanted the UFC to cover his surgery. He said that on our show.
Yeah.
This is my last shot, by the way.
The 4th shot. Oh, I got to do one more. I got to do a couple more. Oh,
Now I'm having fun.
yay. And your internet seems to be kind of working.
What? Kinda, yeah. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was.
Oh, let's do one. Ooh, oh.
Well, one thing I did is I turned my phone. Did I do that? What's happening?
Woo!
Oh shoot! I forgot we have tequila coinces to do today too. We have a wheel.
Oh.
You right?
Why?
Whose stupid idea was this ridiculous game?
Oh, I don't know. Some partially bearded douchebag on the bottom.
Some handsome monster.
This is let's not say handsome. Mildly good looking at best.
Pretty good looking for a fat guy, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I'll give you that. Real quick, I'm gonna fix something here. There we are.
All right, so now we can probably go to Esparza and Weili. This surprised no one, but the only thing a little surprising is how well she, not that surprised that she was able to out-grapple Esparza. I don't know, she's really good, and I don't know if they're going to make Rose fight again. Well, they've already fought twice, right? So maybe Rose will have to beat somebody before she fights. Or Amanda Lemos, probably. I mean, she had such a big statement win the other night, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I feel like Lemos is probably should be the one to fight Rose, and if whoever wins that fight should get to fight Weili.
Agreed.
Great.
I don't
She said that she really wants to defend her belt in China, and I kind of chuckled at that. So I don't think there's any way that's going to happen.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I don't know.
There have been rumors flying around that Rose wants to move up in weight and go after Valentina.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
What,
I think that'd be a war.
Santos need the rematch though. I feel like she deserves the rematch. I don't even know if she'd lost that. When I was watching the Valentina fight, I was very surprised that she got the win. Saying we're hard on her ground game, she looks dangerous now. I mean, yeah, she looked dangerous before, but even you're right.
Yeah, she's become a really well-rounded fighter as Zhang Weili. Like,
but no one ever thought that she was not good anymore when she lost to Rose. Like, no one thought, like, no. She doesn't have it anymore because she lost to Rose twice. No one thought that at all.
She looks beyond that. Like, she looks better than when she was on her 21-fight win streak or whatever it was. Like, Carla Esparza is not elite, but she is a great wrestler, and she just kind of got
out.
In 2 rounds or something, Zhang took her down and tapped her.
Yeah. No. Carla, like, she did everything like the UFC kind of didn't want to give her a title shot. They made her run through everyone to get that shot. Everyone who was everywhere close, they're like, you have to fight all of these people. We're not letting you half jump anybody. And she beat all of them. So she 100% deserved her shot. And I think she won that fight with Rose, the worst fight I ever saw. But mainly because it's good that she won that fight too, because I feel like Rose would have done that again if she won that fight. And I feel like they know now. You ever hear the interviews about that fight? Like, Trevor Whitman was like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, he was like, he's their main coach, but also she's were they married or engaged? Pat Bailey.
Fiance, yeah.
Okay, so they had like a separate game plan. It was to just do that, and even Whitman's like, okay, well, you need to engage some more, right? So yeah, it didn't work out, but I'm happy it didn't because I don't think she'll do that again. And I mean, could you imagine if someone kept doing that? I mean, listen, Anderson Silva kind of did that for a minute. Not that bad, though. I mean,
Rose in interviews, it definitely sounds like they don't feel like their game plan was at fault.
That's psychopathic.
That's so weird. What was at fault? They saying it was the judges?
Well, I mean, every fighter that loses, almost every fighter has an excuse, from Paulo Acosta with the wine to not being able to make weight with tiramisu. There's always an excuse. None of these guys are, regardless of how great they are, they're never upfront about what's actually going on. But they won't accept blame.
We're currently having the best MMA talk we've ever had.
We have.
I really hope that it's people are watching. Well, we can clip it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't think Who Dat went quite as well as it usually goes. It's okay. It had nothing to do with Eric. Eric killed it. No notes.
It was your internet.
Yeah. I need to be here.
I'll take blame. I felt awkward. I didn't know how long I should leave I'll take full blame for the failure.
Oh no. Also,
no, not at all.
Also,
don't take blame.
You putting the pictures full screen. Thomas usually does a screen share, but it's much better the way you did it, I believe.
I put them in manually like that, okay. So he could do that.
Yeah, gotcha. I think that looks better.
It does. Yeah, I fully agree.
We had some problems with it before because some of the pictures would come up real small and he couldn't see them.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to do it.
I'll be right back. I just have to take my shirt off.
All right. He's got alcohol in the system running hot. Ow! Ow! No! Take it off! Why does Thomas look so light-skinned?
How nice is that sweatshirt, by the way? You like that sweatshirt?
It was quite nice. I liked it. How
Yeah,
much did it cost
it's
you?
a $60 sweatshirt right there.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, that's how much things cost now, Ray, you know?
I wouldn't
Damn
pay it.
Democrats. Oh, we do have to take a little time to talk about a little bit of politics at one point. Basically,
Okay.
this is the election. We have to do it now, but there's like a little bit we need to go over.
In my book, Carla Esparza is a one-time champion. She was gifted. She was gifted a win in the rematch.
She was not. Listen.
I'm not even.
Listen,
I'm
I will
gonna
say
agree with
this.
Tim.
Well, okay, you know what? I understand what he's saying. Listen, Rose gave it away more than Carla won it. I'll say
Okay,
that.
I
for
can
sure.
understand that
And if that's
one,
what he's saying, I understand. But she did everything she needed to do. She ran away from her. What was she supposed to do? Who was the ref in that fight? Was it Peterson?
It might have been alcohol and cigarettes. Yeah,
Still my favorite ref.
great
But
guy, wonderful.
I feel
human
like
being.
he should have told them they need to. I bet he didn't realize at the time that it was as bad as it was. Because I feel, you're in a main event, you have adrenaline going, and, you forget that the rest feel that way too. They feel nervous, they have adrenaline too, right? They want to get it right. I feel like he didn't realize. I mean, he knew it was slow, but I don't think he realized it was as bad as it was.
That could be a possibility. That's
will
a
he
very
come on?
big possibility.
Wait, does he do podcasts? I would love to have him on.
That's one of my
Or any
biggest
ref,
regrets
really.
from
We haven't
UFC
had a ref
Columbus.
yet. We almost did.
That was one of my biggest regrets from UFC Columbus. To be honest with you, was asking him for his representation to like get him on the podcast. I would have loved.
I wouldn't have done it in the moment either. I would have been nervous too. It would be fine.
I
Also,
was
drunk.
shitting a
I was-
brick.
Guess what? If it would have been after the fights, I'd have been like, Keith, bro, what up, man? Let me get your digits. It would have been fine.
I want you on my podcast, bro.
If they don't come to Ohio this year, I will be not happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very mad. I'll be okay with, believe it or not, I'll be okay with Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'd be okay with Pittsburgh too. That's fine too.
Pittsburgh or Buffalo. If they did Pittsburgh or
Ooh,
Buffalo, I would do Buffalo. Buffalo's only 2.5 hours from me. So I would pay for that, pay for the
Well, if you went to
Airbnb.
Buffalo, I'd probably go with you. So
Yeah.
I would listen. I'd take Buffalo, but
Yeah.
I want Cleveland, Columbus, or Pittsburgh
Mm-hmm.
because they're all the same for me. If
I
it
don't
was
think
only
it's going to be
Cincinnati,
Columbus or
if
Cleveland.
Cincinnati was the deal, then I could do Cincinnati. But if I do
Plus-
Cincinnati, I can also do Buffalo. And Buffalo's a little further, but not much further.
Hmm.
Plus, I'm about to be in Cincinnati, so I have a spare bedroom.
That's
Yes. Tim can
I-
sleep on the bed.
I
I'll
hung
take
out
the
in this-
floor.
cool. I went to Cincinnati this summer. My buddy and I went to a concert that was in Newport over the bridge, but we stayed in Cincinnati, and we went to part of the Reds game. We had some time, and we were like, instead of hanging out and do nothing, let's go see the Reds for like 4 innings. And we did that, and then we went to go see Bowling for Soup in Newport. That was fun.
Yeah,
Cincinnati's
Newport.
a cool town,
Oh.
actually.
Was it at the music hall?
It was at the it's not shit. What's it called? The people who own Kemba Live. It's the same people. It's kind of
okay.
the same venue. I forget what it's called though.
Because there used to be a
We could
place
see it when we were sitting in the upper deck at
Yeah.
Great American Ballpark. We could see the venue from our seats.
Was it like did it look like a house almost, or like a big house? There was a place
No.
that used to be a big house that was like a punk rock venue that had a mic on Mondays over there in Newport, Kentucky. Yeah.
Well, that's not this place.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's like that place Fitzgerald's I talked about. That's in Houston. Pulse knows it. That looked like a house. That was a house too, basically. It was like a big house that turned into a venue. It looks like a house.
Nice. Let's move on to this fight because I'm gonna say Michael Chandler fucked up big time in this fight. Dustin Poirier ending up on top or being able to what am I thinking of here? He's able to roll on top of him. Michael Chandler gives his back up. Boom.
They both screwed up there. Was that? No. I'm talking. No, sorry, I was talking about something that happened in the main event when they both fucked up.
Yeah.
Grappling. But Ray, I don't know if you know this, but we're getting very close. You got about 6 weeks before the Platas.
The Platas, yes.
The Platas are our awards show. And last year, did we both have the same fight? I know for sure that I had Chandler Gaethje as fight of the year.
I think I had Chandler Gaethje as fight of the year as well. I'd have to go back and look.
This fight may win my Plata for fight of the year. I was telling Dan earlier that I said last year that if I had one fight to show people who weren't MMA fans to get them to become a fan, right? I got one fight. It would have been the Gaethje Chandler fight. Now I feel like it's this fight because there's a finish involved and it's so back and forth. And after the second round, you're like, oh, Chandler's got this. That's a 10-8 round in my book. So he's up 19-18. Poirier has to finish him. And then he gets him with, again, my favorite submission, which is the rear naked choke.
Yes.
As I said before, I'll tell Dan why. It's because you don't catch somebody off guard with a rear naked choke.
No, you work into a rear
naked choke. You have to work for it. And usually you're beating somebody up for a rear naked choke, right? So you earn a rear naked choke. I've never seen anybody get surprised by a rear naked choke.
No.
So, you can get caught if you didn't have your chin down, but no one's like surprised. I can't believe he went for a rear naked choke. That's the first thing they always go for. I don't know. It's probably I'm assuming it's the most used submission for wins in the UFC. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm sure.
Yeah,
there's a stat somewhere.
And it's the most. And I know this will sound kind of demeaning towards the move itself, but it's the most basic move you're taught in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's one of the first things you're taught is a rear naked choke. And you're drilled that a lot when you first learn it. And when you hit it in a grappling scenario, like a free roll or when you're grappling in a tournament, when you pull that fucker off, it's some of the best moments of your life. Do you think Carla's head is shaped like a guitar pick? Go back up. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go back up.
Let's see. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
It's definitely the pick of destiny from Tenacious D. If you put horns on her, it would be
the pick
of destiny, child. Yes, I fucking love that movie. But yeah, her head is shaped kind of.
What
like
a great bad movie, pick. By the way.
It's not a bad movie. It's a great okay film. But no, yeah, her head is shaped like a guitar pick. That's pretty funny, Moss.
But I'm going to talk about Chandler blowing his snot rocket and Poirier's. No, that's
beautiful.
Great. Also, the fish hook was great too.
The fish hook trying to get that to get another rear naked.
The grubby, dirty little fingers in the mouth. No, he should have
blood covered, by the way, so he's tasting pennies. You're like, God damn it, why?
I would have just closed my mouth like, oh, time for some chicken tendies.
Well, that said, the ref should have been on it. He should have. But the thing is, it was hard to see even on the replay, so I don't blame him for missing it.
And when Poirier hit that triangle on Gaethje and just squeezed down, and you just see the blood shoot onto Dustin Poirier's head, you're like, that's not sanitary. Like, first thought was like hygiene.
Yeah. You ever been? I'm sorry, real quick. I was gonna say, have you ever been constipated when you had a zit on your face, like back in the day when you got zits, and pop it while you're trying to shit? That's basically what it was like.
Probably.
I don't know if this actually ever happened to me either, but I feel like that's what it would be.
I thought Halloween was over a couple weeks ago, but Chandler's nose was cosplaying The Exorcist.
There you go. I like that. That's good.
Well, I told Ray before Zhang out, it looks like Zane just had a second child, and now she has to kill it, and that child is Carla Esparza.
I like this guy.
See? This is why I love Dan Brady. Shout out.
This Chandler fight here, this is why I fell in love with MMA. Each guy, the first round, you could see they have a plan. But as soon as their chaos collided, it was just a complete crapshoot, and I absolutely loved it.
Is Michael Chandler, the most exciting fighter in MMA. He's up there, dude. Like he's like I said to Dan earlier when you were gone, he's 2-5, but those 3 fights he lost are amazing.
Yeah.
Those 2 wins were knockouts. Great knockouts. He knocked out Hooker and Ferguson. So I'm like, I want to see this guy fight again tomorrow. Even if he doesn't win a title again. I'm like, dude, what this? Like I said earlier, I think him and Fazeez would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun. I wouldn't even mind if it doesn't make a ton of sense, but if they ran back Chandler and Gaethje, or to say this, those guys should fight each other before whoever retires first. Chandler is done. They should fight each other again one more time.
Agreed.
No matter, so I feel like they should do that. I don't know how many more fights Chandler has. He said he signed a new contract, but he might not fight it out. So if he only has a few fights left, might as well throw him Gaethje again. That'd be fun. It's not going to be a bad fight.
No.
So,
and that's
but or Fazeev. I think Fazeev makes more sense, and that's a lot of fun. But either way, they're both fun. They're both great. Like
use him as the measuring stick for the division.
That too, and also those 3 fights he lost, he could have won all 3 of those fights again. Like they were all. He had chances in every one of those fights. So I mean, that's the best 2-3 UFC record I've ever seen.
Yeah, you
Most competitive.
But he's also had a great career before that. Again, he fought Eddie Alvarez twice. I mean, if we said Eddie Alvarez versus Mike Chandler in the UFC, people would be salivating. Well, it already happened twice, and they were great fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the guy, like you just said, puts on some of the most amazing fights in MMA, and ever since Chandler versus Conor, I want to see that fight. I think Chandler's gonna fuck Conor up, to be honest with you.
Would too.
I really do, and I'm a Conor dick rider, and I'm saying Chandler could fucking make that.
Who would they put against Conor that you wouldn't say? I feel like he's gonna lose. Like you'd have to go pretty far down.
Ferguson at this point.
Okay, Ferguson. Sure.
Ferguson would be a guy that I think Conor could beat, and Daniel was telling me he's hearing a rumor that could be a thing, and it makes sense for Conor, makes no sense for Tony. Like, absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it does.
That's the grudge fight that he's been waiting for.
You know what this is, Ray? You see what this is making in the air here?
Money.
Dollar signs. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's why it makes sense. And Tony's not going to win a championship, you know?
No.
So he might as well try to go for the biggest, most entertaining fights. He's lost how many in a row, and he'll get a main event fighting Conor, who's also lost fights in a row, multiple fights in a row. So go for it. Everyone hit the like button. Bro Platter is a shit. Thank you.
Thank you. We do serve up a lot on the Bro Platter.
Did I tell you guys how much I love everybody who watches the show? Did I ever say that? I told my cousin Mike. I don't know if he's here tonight or not. But I told cousin Mike that we only have a handful of loyal listeners. With all those people that always tune in, I still have imposter syndrome. So I'm still like, why do you watch us? Why do you watch us? But I love you for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting drunk, and I'm going to get more drunk. We're going to get some bourbon here in a second.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We did kind of broach the Frankie Edgar Chris Gutierrez fight, but man.
Oh, quickly, I have to say, I mean, we haven't really talked about how great Dustin was. The fact that he fought great. I know Ray doesn't like Dustin, but he also was well aware that he fought great. And the fact that he came back and won that fight was amazing.
I did enjoy right before the interview, and he pulled Chandler. He said, disregard the disrespect. I was afraid of you, bro. I was afraid of you. And I think that's one of the biggest compliments you can give any MMA fighter going into
Especially
it.
Michael
and also afraid
Chandler,
means
dude.
a different thing for them usually. I mean, it's not afraid that you're going to hurt me physically. It's mean that you're going to make me look bad and make me lose, right? Is a difference.
And there's that possibility when you're facing Chandler. Who knows what chaos he's going to concoct in the ring?
Fuck yeah, man.
But yeah, that's just. I feel like my favorite fighter, Dan, Ray knows this, is Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's my number one dude. I love Kevin Holland, but Michael Chandler is probably number 2 right now.
I am a Charles Oliveira mark.
That's fine too. That makes sense. Like, my favorite fighter is a guy who probably won't win a championship, but every time I see him on a card, I get excited. Even when he lost to Chimaev, and he was going to anyway, and Chimaev decided not to mess around at all and just take him down and submit him. That's fine. But you see this fight with Wonder Boy. Neither of those guys are going to fight for titles again, but you're like, oh, that's going to be fun. Like, I know for a fact, I don't remember when, but sometime on the show we talked about, oh man, what about Holland and Wonder Boy? That would be fun. So it's finally happening in Orlando. Ray, be going or what?
Orlando. Plus, I don't have the time off of work. Question for the Bro panel. What fight was more entertaining, Chandler versus Gaethje or Yoel versus Costa? Chandler versus Gaethje, dude. Without a doubt.
Yeah, Yoel Costa was good, but no, not even close.
You can't. The speed.
Better question. Which fight was more entertaining? Chandler versus Gaethje or Chandler versus Poirier? Now, that's a better question.
I'm going to say, I hate you. I hate you so much.
I just watched the Gaethje Chandler fight last night. I sent you a photo of it when I was watching it. And I don't know. I have to say the Poirier fight. I think that's because I watched that live. That was more exciting than the moment.
I watched them both live, but I mean, the fact that there was a finish, like I said, if I had one fight to try to turn somebody on to MMA, that would be the fight. It used to be Chandler Gaethje. Now it's Poirier Chandler because there was a finish.
Yeah.
And they were both on the ropes. You thought they were both done at multiple points. You thought Poirier was done multiple times.
Yeah.
Both rounds, first and second round. And again, I had Chandler up 19-18 going into the third round. So Poirier I didn't see the scorecards.
Yeah. It was honestly, I had.
Did anyone see the scorecards, by the way? Let us know what
not.
they said if you did. Anyone in the chat?
Yeah, no. Anybody? Yeah, if anybody saw, I need to start just screen capping the scorecards because
I saw them for the main event, and everybody had Izzy up 3-1. They were all the same.
Well, yeah, because
anyone with any idea what's going on had that the same as well.
I honestly thought that Pereira was down. Pereira was going to lose that until then, but I mean. Also, that was after the nap I took for real quick after this fight. Took about
this fight. Like, you want to feel good for Chris Gutierrez, but my first thought was just like, oh no.
Yeah. We talked about Chase Hooper, which if you go to our Instagram, there's a short of what we thought about Chase Hooper getting knocked out. Frankie Edgar is your mouthy uncle that got in a bar fight and you have to like carry him to the hospital now. Like you're like, no, this isn't what I wanted.
Well, if he used to win all the bar fights, now he doesn't have it anymore, but he won't stop fighting.
The won't stop fighting. Luckily, Frankie understood it's time to go.
Yeah.
Pulse had a good comment about this, Tim, which was Frankie hasn't had or lost his chin in 2012, which is kind of true. I mean, the Corey Sandhagen fight I think was the nail in the coffin right there. This was more just the dirt on the coffin while it's being lowered into the ground. Like this was.
No, he's done.
Oh,
he's
done.
He's still fighting competitively. We beat Pedro Munoz, and that's a good win no matter who you are. So they gave him a few fights, and he got knocked out 3 times in a row. But yeah, I mean, even if he wanted another fight, they wouldn't give him one. So at least I hope not. So no, he's done. It's fine. He needs to be done. He's out. I don't even blame him for trying one more fight, right? But But obviously, don't you dare try to pull a BJ Penn and try to keep fighting. No, you're done. You're done. And you know what? In a couple of years, we won't even remember really these last couple fights. Yeah, we will remember a little bit. Yeah, I get knocked out. But when we talk about Frankie Edgar, the first thing that will come up is lightweight champion and all the great things he's done. BJ Penn twice, Gray Maynard fights, right? It won't be this. This will be the footnote, right? But we're like, that doesn't define his legacy. His legacy is he's a monster, and he will most likely, if they have any sense, he will be a Hall of Famer. So,
first ballot. Like, there's no way. Paul, she be a guest host on the show.
Should be a guest on the show. Well, you know what? We're very close to it. He's asked multiple times. We're trying to figure out phone calls, but Pulse is one of those people where we might just give up and just give him the video link.
Yeah, I like it.
We're just afraid with the video link that we're gonna get a random masturbator.
Yeah, it'll be like the old Pal Talk days where like it's Iranian masturbators.
Chat roulette.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we're afraid of. So,
that was always my biggest fear.
but Pulse is the man. I know he's been on your guys' show a lot, calling in. We should have been able to figure out phones by now.
There's no way to take phones on StreamYard.
Oh, really?
I've looked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I've looked it up on how to like possibly do it, and there's really you can't really take calls. Streamlabs.
Well, we can turn off mics. Can we turn off cameras? Can we turn off cameras?
Yeah, we can make sure that they don't have a camera or anything like that.
Well, then we should have just been doing that.
I like it. We would ask you guys if we did take phone calls and give you guys the link, which on the Discord we would do in the Discord. Keep your camera off, and we'll just take calls. Or just take voice calls. I like that idea. So we'll experiment with that probably next week.
There's a couple of you guys who have been around enough that you guys can. Yeah, we'll let you guys do voice calls. Pulse, 2 joints for sure. John 209. Anybody else? Those guys
Maz gets video.
Maz
gets video link every single time. Which, by the way, Maz, if you're still here, great show last night. I watched.
Oh, it was last night. Now?
Yeah, they had a last night show.
I would have watched
Carl would
night.
call in. Sober Carl could call in. He's an OG. But Maz did a night show last night. Usually they do afternoons, but they did a night show, and I watched. It was a great show. Great show.
I would have watched if I knew it was a night show. I figured they did a day show.
No, they didn't. They did a night show last night after the pay-per-view, which might be what they do from now on, which is like night shows after pay-per-views.
Oh, you mean? Oh, I got you.
And then fight nights, they'll do an afternoon show.
You can ask them if he's listening. Tell us your schedule.
Yeah,
let us know, man.
Yeah.
Also, we're gonna try really hard to get. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but we would love to be able to meet you guys sometime this year if there's a Vegas card.
Yeah. I'm thinking Vegas 2023. I'm going to probably take.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
It's like a month away, dude.
I forgot what year it is now. Yeah, you're right.
It's a month away, son.
Yeah.
It's not
that's our goal is to get to Vegas for a card.
Yes, do a live stream,
a pay-per-view because we can't afford the Apex. We can't afford getting into the Apex. So.
Yeah, $1,500 per person is a little steep for me.
More than that, isn't? Hold on. I know I saw what it was. I forget.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,500 is like the low end. We're going nights after the pay-per-views, which is a good thing. I like that, and then do for fight nights. Doing afternoon shows. I like that.
Right, would you be okay with me doing my own like day show every once in a while? Just like me popping on. Like, hey,
yeah, sure. I don't care.
It's Daily Danko.
I'm going to be doing
no one will watch. No one will care.
Daily Danko.
I do an hour on a Wednesday afternoon.
Daily Danko may get views. Who knows?
Daytime Danko.
I'll announce this right now since we're doing this. I told Tim I was gonna do this. I am going to be live streaming on our channel for the Power Slap League coming in January, the 8-episode Power Slap League that's happening on TBS. I'll be live streaming it. So if you guys want to jump on the chat, I'll be in the chat with you guys. And I'll take calls and stuff like the audio call or you guys calling in with the stream link, and we'll get that started. But I do want to do it. I'm going to call it Power Slap Party, which it goes kind of to my wrestling roots with Super Kick Party. But a Power Slap Party is going to be fun.
Right, Power Slap Plata is right there.
But it's not a move in Power Slap. There's no Platas in Power Slap.
Now. So it's the Plata Power Slap show. So it's Power Slap Plata.
Okay.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want because I don't want an angry email from you.
You really hurt my feelings.
I said I was going to give that up last week, but it keeps coming back up.
I know.
Oh, this, by the way, you're going back to the gym, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been I grappled last Thursday, and I had my first ever boxing class yesterday. At where former champion Montana Love trains along with Logan Urban from the Contender Series. There's a gym just down the road called Revolution Fight and Fitness from me. And I started training, dude. It's boxing. I've never felt so good yet so terrible at the same time boxing ever.
So I think like one of three things is going to happen with this. Number one, you quit, which will be real funny. That'll be fun.
No,
you're just like,
I'm not going to quit.
You just stop going. That'd be fun. Number two, you get a wacky injury, like you blow an ACL by trying to throw a jab or something like that. That'd be fun too. But the one I'm most worried about.
Why are you putting that evil on me, Tim Danko?
Is you become absolutely fucking insufferable.
No,
because you're
not that
because
guy.
You're training. All of a sudden, you are the fucking expert in everything.
No,
right?
No.
You're the expert in everything. All the fat jokes to me and Thomas come up tenfold because you were losing weight. Like, oh, you guys need to work out like me. You should join a gym. Blah, blah, blah. And you're going to say things like, you know what? As someone who trains in the art, you're going to say that all the time. You're going to become the fucking worst person to be in an MMA show with. It's going to be impossible. I'm going to pull out my hair. We're going to fire you. Yeah,
Tim,
it's going to be the worst. You're going to become fucking insufferable. I guarantee.
Now that you just put that in my head, I'm doing it every time we do a breakdown. Every week, as a man who trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, his technique was completely off. I didn't like the way he got that body triangle.
You're going to think you're so much better than us.
No.
And you're going to think you know so much more than us. And it's going to be so ridiculous and insufferable. It's going to be the worst.
No, you know me. I'm better than that.
You know me, and I will not stop ridiculing you.
Why you got to do that on my weight loss journey, Tim? Why you got to do that?
Well, as long as you're not a dick about it, I won't be a dick about it.
Yeah, no, I would.
I have a feeling you're going to be a dick about it.
No, I would never be a dick like that. I would never fucking critique on a technical level somebody who has way more fucking.
No, but you're gonna act like you're better than us because you train.
I am.
You're speaking as a Ray who doesn't know jiu-jitsu yet. But when you become a Ray that knows that.
I fucking know so like.
Anyway, you already think
jiu-jitsu.
You know everything. It's bad enough.
I know remedial jiu-jitsu. Like, I know that the rear naked choke is basic as balls. That's about it.
Those of us in the know call it the gentle art, okay?
All right. Those of us in the know. That's fun. You know, in my gym, we like to wear
as my
G's.
Sensei says.
Yes. Mecca Lecca High, Mecca High Neo.
It's gonna be bad. It's the first thing I thought is, oh man, he's gonna be the.
No, but if I do learn something from it, then yeah. So, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
But no, if I'm like training something and it comes up in a fight, yeah, sure, all right, I know the move, but I'm not gonna be like his technique was off. I'm not gonna go total keyboard warrior. Claudio fought like a D-bag.
Feeling like you're gonna act like you know more than me or Thomas.
No. You've been watching MMA longer than I have.
Fight a little bit like a D-bag, but I feel like he has to do a few more of these, like so much that he doesn't fight. He just sits on his butt and waits for him to come into his line. He almost had Hooker in the first round, but I feel like if he does it a couple more times, they're gonna be like, dude, you can't fucking fight like this.
No. I was getting annoyed when he was trying to
best
just do
leg lock guy?
Imanari rolls.
Palacios? Who's that guy's name? Palacios?
Puella? I don't know who you're talking about.
I think he was a light heavyweight or a middleweight, and he used to knee bar people, and he wouldn't let go. What was that guy's name?
Oh, he's banned from the UFC. Fuck. Chat. Who's the guy that used to leg lock guys and hold it on too long in the UFC?
My point was that not even that guy would fight like that, and he was a leg lock guy.
So bad. Like when he kept doing Imanari rolls.
Polaris. It's like Palacios. It starts with a P, I'm pretty sure.
Paul Harris?
Pajares, that's it.
Rafael Pajares, yeah. But he's not like Claudia. Really, I don't think would ever do a Pajares. I think he was outmatched by.
No,
Dan.
I'm talking about Pajares didn't do what he did. Like he didn't
know.
sit on his butt, wait for people to get in his guard or whatever.
It's always annoying when a fighter does that. It just shows that he's outmatched, dude. Like that's all it really is. Like if your ground game is the only thing you have and the striking really isn't there, why are you there then?
I'm fine with that being your game, the submission, but you should learn how to fucking take people down. It is weird, like how very little takedown ability that some of these jiu-jitsu guys have.
Yeah,
it's weird. Like you should also be training wrestling at the same time. You should know how to fucking do a power double leg.
Most importantly, Hooker got the win that he absolutely needed.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He needed a big win, and he looked great. He looked better than this guy, and he was. But also, he's been fighting only monsters.
Yeah,
and they've all been good fights for the most part. I mean, I think the German guy he lost to was the one that you were like, I don't know about this guy, but he looked good too. He's tough. What's his name? Harasapast, something like that. Haqparist. Nailed it.
Did. Oh yeah, you did, sir.
Where's my phone?
Let's go down to the feature prelim of the evening. Brad Riddle versus Renato Moicano. Moicano, just savage.
Yeah. And his post fight speech was insane.
It was. Absolutely.
What did he do? Did he pull a Kanye? What did he do?
Just like I'm saying, like I'm fucking coming for it. I'll fucking take on anybody. Like I'm built for this shit. Just like it's like he went to his corner after he won the fight, did a line, and came out and said, "Joe Rogan, let's go."
I feel like they all feel that way, though. They didn't always say it. But wouldn't it be weird if they said the opposite? Like, I'll fight who I think is good to fight for me. I take on people when I feel up to it. Right? Like that. I will beat the people I'm better than. Like that.
Yeah.
That's always the cop out, though. Is my favorite cop out during an Octagon interview is always, I'll wait for the UFC to decide who I fight. It's like you don't know who you want to fight yet, pal. Like, do you need me to call your phone, Tim?
No, I got it. It's fine.
Okay.
No. When you're like a newer guy, you should just say, "I'll take whoever they want." When you're young, you don't call out the champion when you've had one fight in the UFC, right? So when they ask you that question, you'll be like, "Oh, whoever they want." That's the right answer. Is whoever they want me to fight, I'll fight. When did Travis Brown join the show?
You do. He does look like little Travis Brown. I never. That's awesome. Dan Brady is now little Travis Brown. He gets kicked in the face by little Verdum at UFC 203, which I can't believe I missed that. Like I looked away for a second and Verdum jumping sidekicks his ass. Oh, so bad. Let's go down to the Dominic Reyes. This is why I have to do 6 shots of tequila for Tequila Quinces. This fight, Brian Spann, didn't he miss weight or no?
Yeah, he missed weight.
Yeah, he missed weight on this. I would have lost either way if I would have picked our backup fighter too.
So Ray had Reyes and Tequila Quinces, but because Spann missed weight, he had the option of going to the backup fighter who was Ottman or Asman. What's his name?
Azatar or something. Azatar.
Yeah, who also got knocked out in the first round, so it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Yeah,
which is pretty funny. But this was. He got folded.
Yeah.
The jab, and it's my favorite knockout of the night because he was the one guy that he just went folded.
I've never seen a combo that I would describe as crisp. But that is exactly what it was.
No, it was great. And he looked like a fat guy like myself sat on a flimsy plastic chair, and the chair just went voomp right away. That's what it looked like when he folded. Just straight snap.
Like
And the way he twisted that jab inward too, like just full on, like ham-fisted right in there, was just nasty, man. Ryan Spann is a fucking beast. Hopefully he makes weight on his next try up in the for his next fight,
bro. It would have been a lot cooler if you made weight, bro. This women's flyweight fight, I love. Number one, if Erin Blanchfield doesn't win a title in her career, I will be very surprised because she's 23 and she's fighting awesome. And Molly McCann's nasty, but she made her look like she's never done this before. That's she made her look like she's never done this before. And look, Blanchfield got booed because of how much people love Molly so much. This is weird. You know, she's from New York, right? And Molly's, British, so it was weird, but good for her. That means, she markets herself well and she's fun, but it looked like they were doing two completely different sports.
Yeah. Molly did not look like the like
if you didn't know anything about them, right? If you didn't know anything about them, these were two fighters who were amateurs or whatever. You put them together, you were like, well, who the fuck put these two together? That's what it would have been like. Well, who the hell matched this up? But I mean, it made sense because of what Molly's been doing. But Blanchfield's so damn good. And like I said, if she doesn't win a title, I would be very surprised. Yeah. She's only 23, so she has 15 years to do it. So if she doesn't, I would be very surprised.
I mean, her entire game, Blanchfield's, was on point. Even when they were briefly standing, to when she took Molly down. Molly had no idea she was going down. This girl looks fierce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the most one-sided fights I've seen in a handful of cards. And it's somebody who can fight. It's somebody who's tough, from Molly McCann. So that's just how good the Erin Blanchfield is. And she's so young, too. Like I said, I'd be very surprised if she ever wins the title. Molly got stuck in the crucifixion. She was Yeah, she Listen, if you crucifix anyone, you're dominating them. That's like the ultimate domination move in MMA is a crucifix. Smash or pass, Erin Blanchfield. Oh, smash. What are we thinking?
Just call her turn 4 and call me Dale Earnhardt.
What would you?
I said call her turn 4 and I'm Dale Earnhardt.
Now the first thing I thought of is when I found out that Dale Earnhardt died and how sad I was. Like now that's in my mind. Did you?
I did too. Yeah,
I was like 11 and I watched a grown man die on television.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. I heard about it. I was at like a youth group thing of all things, and I heard Dale Earnhardt died. I'm like, what? And that was the first one. I was like, let's pray now.
Our Father who art in turn 4, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy engine.
Please bring us safety gear.
Right. Oh yeah, that. Oof. But no, Erin Blanchfield. When she got her in the crucifix, I immediately was like, "Oh, this is over." And Molly, to her credit, was trying. Like it was like, you ever watch like siblings? Trying. Well, you ever watch siblings wrestle each other, and one's the little one's on the bottom and the big one's on top, just like kind of doing nothing, but the little one's like struggling to get up. It was like watching two sisters wrestle. It like. Erin Blanchfield she looked like the big sister in that one, and it scared me.
I will say this over, Carl. They only gave a couple bonuses away, right? But there's a lot of people who got ripped off because they all deserve bonuses.
Agreed. Yeah, that whole card. That whole card. This whole card could be called Bonus Island. Like this was.
Should have been.
It's insane.
You know how they are with money, Ray. We talk about it all the time. So one thing I hate about this company.
Yep. Andre Petrosky and Wellington Turman.
I didn't watch this one because this is when I was taking my nap, and it was a decision, so I didn't go back and watch it. So I'll be honest with you. You guys talk about that, and I'm going to go get more drink.
All right. What's your opinion on it, Dan?
I thought it was a pretty good fight. It was a relatively decent back and forth, but it's not going to be talked about because it's not exciting as anything else,
And it was one of the rare decisions on this card that even I think I started playing Archer Danger Phone halfway through this fight because of just it was what it was. They were back and forth, like you said, and Petrosky, was more of the dominant fighter in this fight, and I mean,
I mean, once he got Turman down to the ground, it was really, once he took control of the fight, it was really Petrosky's to lose.
Yeah, agreed for sure. But before we go into the early prelims and Tim gets back, I'm gonna do another tequila shot. Oh God. Oh, and you put me full screen. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, all right.
Ray.
It's the first time anybody's ever cheered for me.
Do it, pussy.
Ah, we're not in the Marine Corps anymore, motherfucker. All right. Oh, 3, 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Tequila quences, bitches. Oh my God.
Forget the king of Brazil. You're the king of tequila.
This is why we do it once a year. Bring you and everything else back here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, let me. Yep. Oh. All right. Yeah, let's go down to the early prelims. I mean, this is the most respectful way, but who the fuck is that guy? Good question. I'm not sure. But Matt Frivola versus our replacement fighter Otman Azater, first round TKO. Frivola, dude, beast after that knockout. Beast. What'd you think?
I mean, he looked good. There's nothing more than that. Plus, a first round knockout's pretty extraordinary. The fact that there's 8 of them on this card,
nuts.
I think that speaks to the talent that is in the UFC right now going forward.
Yeah, 2022 has been a good year for the UFC when it comes to quality of fights. Guido Dan applied to be a producer for this show and was asked to pick out 2 candidates. I mean, it happens, but no, I literally messaged him last minute. That's what this was. That's how Dan became producer today. Because I knew hopefully he wasn't doing anything important at 7:00. That was the only criteria.
This is a more difficult day because we had Who Dat today.
Yeah.
And we do have a wheel to spin.
Oh, for the World Cup. All right, add Daniel on Facebook and send him the fucking thing.
Who's your favorite comedian? Asked 2 joints.
Chad Daniels.
Chad Daniels is pretty damn funny.
Dad Chaniels? I like Dad Chaniels. He's the one that has the locker boxing thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. One of my favorite jokes ever.
I keep getting to more and more is Bergancy. I just think Bergancy is so, number one, he's clean, and anyone who can be that funny while being clean, like anyone who thinks there isn't a difference is lying to themselves. Like there is. It's harder to be funny clean, and he's great at it. And I don't think he does it because he's against it. Like he'll curse every once in a while, but like he's not against it, like Seinfeld or whatever. That's just what he does. And he reminds me of someone I know. Like he just.
Oh, thank you.
I think
I didn't know
great.
you compared me to Seinfeld. Thank you. Yeah, or Nate Bergancy. I appreciate that.
No. I compare you more to like Carlos Mencia.
I don't steal jokes.
White. You're a little hacky. You get hacky sometimes.
But I don't steal jokes.
But I'm here for you when you get hacky to tell you you're getting hacky. So
truth and respect on that one, pal.
So you just bailed on Pete's contest?
No, totally forgot. Ironically, it was the same day that I did catch wrestling at Revolution. I forgot and kind of got on a kick that I wanted to go work out. and just spaced. He told me to come in. I messaged him. He said stop by, and I'm like, all right, but I'll tell him like, look, dude, I wanted to go work out. For some reason in my head, I was kind of being pushed towards working out a lot more, and I did forget that I had it.
You tried to explain that to Pete?
I told him I spaced. I really,
Okay.
I was honest. I'm always honest with Pete, though. Like, and for the people who are watching, we're talking about a guy who owns a comedy club out here in the Akron area, named Pete. He owns the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls, which is where the airport is in Tommy Boy. Have you ever noticed that, by the way? You guys watch Tommy Boy
Yeah.
regularly?
Mm-hmm.
When she's flying from Chicago, she asks, "What's the next flight to Cuyahoga Falls?"
Yeah, there's no airport.
There's
in Cuyahoga
no
Falls, which is
airport in
pretty-
Cuyahoga.
Now listen, there's one in Canton, Akron. It's not that far from Cuyahoga Falls, but it's not. Yeah, that's
Write your script better. That's the one that Brobo Plata Content House 48-hour stream. I would do a content house if we.
no one wants that. It would just be 2 joints. Every
Probably.
couple hours. Let's go. So make sure we didn't die.
Yeah.
2 joints would be the one who has to call 911 on us when we accidentally drink the Kool-Aid or whatever the hell happens at a content house.
Did you just go full dyslexia? I appreciate that. 119
Probably. What'd I say?
said 119.
Did I?
Yes.
Damn tequila quenches night messes up everything.
That's how I beat Greg Kennedy in a stand and deliver once. Was I used the 119 thing of like my dyslexia. Growing up with dyslexia was hard because it was a bad day when my grandfather had a heart attack and I had to dial 119. It got a huge laugh.
That's what it took.
It did. It doesn't take much at stand and deliver back in the day. Karolina Kovalevich, by the way, pulling this decision out. I don't think she won.
What? No, she won. Well, this fight was too big relevance. This is what this is. You know, it's the card of monsters. And Kovalevich has fought monsters, and she's great, but her career is like on the backside, you know. And Suarez Gomez is coming to the UFC and just got beat a lot, right? I feel like she's going to probably get cut. I mean, I know the leash is longer for the women because there's less fighters in their divisions, but I feel like I don't know. What are you going to do with her?
I don't know.
Like, Carolina looked good, I guess. You know, I mean, they're both 37, but yeah, she did all right.
Let's go down to Michael Trizano.
Mike Trizano, doesn't he do radio in Cleveland?
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure Trizano died.
Yeah, he did. Trizano died.
Yeah.
Recently, like last year or this year?
Last year, I think.
It's pretty recent.
Versus Sung Woo Choi. Got a knockout TKO in the first round. Tim, thoughts?
I saw this. I don't remember this. Why don't I remember this? I know I saw it.
Because you were probably half asleep. Just fucking up.
Because Trizano knocked him out. Shit. I saw it. I don't remember it, but I know I saw it.
Daniel, do you remember it?
Yes.
What'd you think?
It was a decent fight. It was one of those where I looked away, and next thing I know, an Asian man's laying on the mat.
Man, don't you hate when that happens? If I had a nickel.
If I had a dime, I'd have 2 dimes, but it's just weird I'd have 2 dimes.
Oh, man. Yeah, this one, I remember the knockout, but I don't remember the knockout.
There's so many knockouts around this card that we don't remember one.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. We're getting towards the end of this card, or the beginning of this card, per se. Montel Jackson versus Julio Arce was just the Montel Jackson show, pretty much. I mean, I felt like he dominated this. And
I mean, he clearly won.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was all right. He did good. Good for him. But I do want to talk about Alberg, though, because the Alberg fight was nasty, dude. They fucking did this Nikolai.
If I'm gonna equate something. I'm gonna equate some Negu Moreno, I think is how you pronounce it. Negu Moreno. Out of Romania. But you want to talk about a way to kick off a card? Woo! Carlos Ulberg getting that Carlos 6-inch height advantage spelled doom for Nickel. Yeah, I mean it's or Nikolai. You didn't have an A in there. But Nikolai
did that on purpose.
Probably he is showing disrespect. That's cool. Two joints can do that.
Damn Canadians, they're damn disrespectful Canadians.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
No. Is Thomas okay? We checked in on him. Is he still mad at me?
Thomas? Well, no. Thomas is at Nike right now training. He told us this would happen.
But
I mean, he did tell us this.
I think an important storyline is with Carlos. City Kickboxing from New Zealand went 2-4 on the night.
Wow, yeah. Did they have 6 fighters?
4. Hooker, Izzy, Riddell, and Carlos.
So, 2 of 4. 2 of 4.
2 of 4.
Yeah. Yeah, Hooker looked good too, but
Ulberg though, I mean Ulberg fucking slapped Nega Moreno fucking hard, dude.
This is a dude you thought was gonna wrestle fuck him, but he didn't really have the chance to. Right?
No,
so that's especially with his reach. That's part. It's hard to get on somebody who's that much taller than you or that much longer than you.
And can I say
nasty.
something?
Also, say this real quick. Then you can say your thing. Handsomest man on the card.
Yes.
I don't know how you can say he's not. That's a good-looking guy right there.
No, he's a very handsome man. Like that's a guy that can.
So going out with who's better looking? No one. Mercado's okay, but no, nobody.
On this card, nobody.
Chandler's too short. No, nobody. Not on this card.
Who's the guy from New Orleans?
Ulberg is the handsomest.
Who's the guy from New Orleans? That was like a GQ model for a hot minute, and now he's also on the team or the broadcast team. Yeah, Alan Joban could give him a run for his money in the hotness. Fucking,
it's pretty.
That's
close.
a hot off right there.
That's pretty close, though. It is.
That's 2 out of 3 falls if we're in a wrestling scenario. Like that is, you would have to do a lot of thought process on those two, man. Like there'd be a suit competition, I guarantee it. Possibly a bathing suit. I want to see what Ulberg looks like in a Speedo. I mean, we don't see him in shorts. So Joban, I think though, is more muscular and squat. So it would definitely be, I think, Joban. Joban wins all day.
Man, it's pretty close.
Handsomest man on the card was Willie. 2 joints coming in with heat. No, there's no, that was last week. There was a very handsome woman that was on the card. I can't remember what her name was. Damn it. Besides Lemos, even with the short hair, is fucking sexy as shit. I don't know about y'all.
I disagree.
I just called the Nike store and had Thomas and Thomas has been promoted already. Yeah, he's got a good work ethic. It's the thing.
That's good.
That's why we had him as our. That's why we have him as our producer, sir. Is that work?
I'm sending you the wheel. If you can send it to Dan.
Yes, I will do that. We're playing Daniel. Well, we also have to ask consent real quick. Daniel.
Well, I mean, we got to spin for Thomas too. So,
would you like to be a part of Tequila Quence's World Cup 2023?
Sure, I already fucking hate myself. Why not do this?
Well, you're a comedian,
all right.
So
the only rule is if you're the wheel gives you shots to do and you don't do your shots, you're not allowed back. That's the only rule. You got to come back to do the shots. If you don't, then you're that's a fair rule. That's not a mean rule. Just, you say you're going to do it. You're going to
screen share.
Now, how this works is the wheel has every team in the World Cup there. we're each going to have 4 teams. Okay. Also on the wheels, an extra shot, which means you have to add it to your total. Also extra team, which usually extra fighter, you don't want an extra fighter when we do fights, but extra team, you do want an extra team because you only get judged on the team of yours that does the